Hey, I'm Taylor, and my brain's a mess. If yours is too, welcome. This podcast is for folks who feel overwhelmed, anxious, or just tired of pretending everything's fine. I'm a therapist, but this isn't therapy, it's real talk about being a human. Let's dive in. If the idea of taking a break makes you weirdly uncomfortable, or if just rest sounds more like a threat than an invitation, then this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about why slowing down can feel unsafe, especially if you've experienced trauma, burnout, or chronic anxiety. And we'll explore how to rebuild a relationship with rest that doesn't make your nervous system want to crawl out of its skin. First is that we've all heard it. You need to slow down, just rest more, or try relaxing. But here's the thing, rest isn't always relaxing if your nervous system doesn't believe it's safe to stop. In fact, for many of us, rest triggers racing thoughts, guilt, hypervigilance, emotional discomfort we've been out running all day, or that overwhelming urge to get up and do something, anything. And that's not laziness. That's not a discipline issue. That's survival wiring. Because somewhere along the way, your system learned that staying busy was equal to staying safe. And when you finally slow down, your body goes, uh-oh. We're not watching the perimeter. We're vulnerable. So yeah, rest feels bad because it hasn't felt safe yet. So let's break this down through the lens of the autonomic nervous system. If you've been stuck in sympathetic activation, that's fight or flight, your body is used to being on. Focused, mobilized, bracing for the next thing. Stopping doesn't feel like relief. It feels like letting your guard down. Or maybe you're familiar with dorsal shutdown, where your body slows to the point of numbness or collapse. In that case, rest just doesn't feel like calm, it feels like giving up. So if your only reference points are go full speed or shut down completely, then of course your body doesn't know how to rest. There's no safe middle. So here's something else that people don't talk about enough. When you stop moving, the feelings you've been pushing away finally catch up. And for most of us, rest equals stillness, which equals feeling, which means old grief, lingering resentment, internal criticism, body discomfort, and fear of not being productive enough. So we keep moving, not because we want to, but because the silence is too loud. If you've ever laid down to rest and instantly felt panicked, or tearful, or even overwhelmed, that's not weird. That's a nervous system thaw. The freeze is melting, and what's underneath is finally surfacing. So here's how to make rest feel safer. Let's talk solutions. You don't need to force yourself into a bubble bath or meditate on a mountain or learn to be Yoda. You just need to meet your body where it is and build trust, one small moment at a time. Here's how. The first is to redefine rest. Rest doesn't have to mean lying still. It can be walking without a purpose, stimming or fidgeting, coloring, folding laundry, or reorganizing a drawer, listening to music with your eyes closed, or watching water move. You might also want to watch things like a candle, a fish tank, or the sky. Rest is anything that doesn't require your system to be on alert. Next, use rhythmic movement to bridge the gap. Sometimes we need a moving rest before we can access stillness. You might want to try things like rocking back and forth, pacing, gentle swaying, or tapping your fingers in rhythm with your breath. This regulates the nervous system without forcing shutdown. And the third and final step is name the discomfort without fixing it. When you slow down, the anxiety kicks in. Try saying, "This is just my nervous system adjusting. Nothing is wrong. It makes sense that stillness feels unsafe, but I'm here now." You're not doing it wrong, you're doing something new, and new things always feel a little bit weird. Also, let me say this very clearly, you do not have to earn rest. You don't have to complete every checkbox first. You don't have to prove how tired you are. You don't have to crash in order to deserve stillness. Rest is not a reward, it's a need. And if your nervous system has learned to associate it with punishment, weakness, or shame, that's something you can start rewriting now with compassion. So if you're someone who can't sit still, feels agitated in quiet moments, tries to rest but ends up doom scrolling or dissociating, thinks rest will make you fall behind or lose control, you are not broken. You are not lazy. You are deconditioning survival mode, and that takes time, patience, and repetition. You don't have to go from burnout to bliss overnight. You just have to offer your body one safe pause at a time. That's it for today. Thanks for being here. If this episode helped you feel a little more human, share it with someone who gets it. You'll find links to blog posts, the Safe and Sound Protocol, and other stuff I mention at innerhearttherapy.org. Take care of your messy, brilliant brain. I'll catch you next time.